Well, the big news today, of course, the first COVID-19 vaccination injections being administered in South Africa, including to President Cyril Ramaphosa and the Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize in Khayelitsha in Cape Town. But the first recipient in the country was the nurse, Zoliswa Gidi-Dyosi. Our reporter Athi Mtongana is with her now. Athi, good afternoon to you. Such an important moment today.
Indeed, Stephen, such an important moment, and I'm quickly going to jump into conversation with the first person, the first nurse in the country to receive that Johnson & Johnson jab in her shoulder. Thank you so much, Nurse Zoliswa Gidi-Dyosi. I mean, you are part of history now, and I can imagine you were just saying to me that your phone is ringing, people are trying to call you, but before that you were actually in a maternity ward where you were carrying out a delivery. How did that go?
It went well. It went well. I didn't encounter any problems because when I get back to work, I had to meet the patient that was fully dilated and I had to deliver that patient with immediate effect. So after I received the immunization, I had to go and continue with my duties.
Imagine getting a vaccine, getting a COVID-19 vaccine, being the first in the country and then jetting off to go deliver a new baby. That's absolutely amazing. And it's the frontline healthcare workers that really the country has to thank. Now, take me through that moment when you received that jab, when that injection went through you. How did you feel?
It was scary as I saw a lot of people looking at me as I was so scared. But yeah, I had to receive that immunization because I have signed for it. Yes.
One of the EMS workers who I spoke to earlier on, who also got inoculated, was telling me how small the needle is. So there's really nothing that much people should be anxious about. But the president was actually saying that he was nervous before. So you are saying now you are also nervous. So take us through that procedure and how it goes step by step.
Let me take you back to yesterday. I received a call from, if I'm not mistaken, it's my ASD. She wanted to get the names of the health workers that can volunteer to get the vaccine. So I was so fortunate because I was on duty yesterday and I had to pick up that call. So I volunteered myself to get the vaccine. So that comes to today. In the morning, I was so scared. I was like, I wanted to change this decision. So, because nobody forced me to do it. So I wanted to change the decision. So yeah, when I met my colleagues, I was like, okay, let me try it. Let me do it.
Yeah. And the fact that you were part of that group that were with the first citizen, the president of the country, what went through your mind?
Nothing much, really. I can't say, nothing much.
And lastly, before I let you go, I know you must be tired by now. You've been having interviews after interviews. Now, how did your family take the news? And I mean, at some point you were just saying now that you wanted to change your mind. How did they receive the news of you being part of the people that would get that jab?
My husband was the first one to show me. He took the picture on the TV, and then he showed me that you are on the television. I was so shocked. I didn't know that it's gonna be like that. Really, I thought it would be something like, let's go inside and then you get injected and then you go out. Yes.
Okay, and then when the president, before he got injected, he was saying he was very nervous and you got injected before him. So did you at least give him some advice to try and calm him down and ease his nerves and tell him, look, President, this is how it's going to go?
No, due to social distancing, I saw the president in a far distance here, so I couldn't speak to him. Yes.
Lastly, what would then be your advice to your fellow healthcare workers in this hospital and many other hospitals where healthcare workers have really been in the front line in the fight against COVID?
I would love to encourage all of South Africans to get the vaccine. There's nothing big about it. There's no big deal about this vaccine. Just consent yourself, get the vaccine. As we all know that nobody is forced to take the vaccine, but let's do it. It's for the best.
Fantastic. Zoliswa, thank you so much for your time. That is, Stephen, as you heard, the first experience of a person in South Africa, who's a healthcare worker, you can go off Zoliswa, who received that first jab of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that landed in the country last night. Well, she was not alone. The president, like you rightfully put it, was one of the people in this hospital in Khayelitsha that received that jab. Remember that Khayelitsha, this particular hospital, Stephen, is not the only site that has been identified to roll out vaccines in this province. They have identified 2 other hospitals, so a total of 3 sites in this province will administer these vaccines to healthcare workers. We're talking about nurses, doctors, physicians, and of course EMS workers, all the people that are involved in this chain of the fight against COVID-19 in and around hospitals. They will be receiving those jabs throughout the next few weeks, Stephen.
Athi Mtongana, thanks very much indeed. What a story. Be the first person to get the vaccine and rush off to the maternity ward to go and deliver a baby and then come out and talk about the vaccines. Really an incredible moment. Athi Mtongana, thank you for your reporting live there at Khayelitsha this afternoon. All right.